Well, it's not morning. It's now good day. Actually, by the way, I thought it's selamat pagi, but I say selamat pagi, which is good morning. Anyhow, so we are on a train now here on the island of Java in Indonesia, on the way down to the kind of east of the island, where we plan to go to a place called. Just need to find the name of it here on the map. Oh, now I can't. Banyuwangi, something like that. And the train station at Banyuwangi, from where we need to catch a ferry to go cross over into Bali. It's about 16, 17 hours on the train. And the train itself is, well, it's just seats. So I expected kind of maybe a place away to sleep, but yeah, they don't have anything like that. Anyhow, so let's look at the introduction then to John chapter 12. Remember, John chapter 11 ended with, well, at least in chapter 11, we saw the raising of Lazarus, which opened the doors to the end of the games, to put it like this, right? So in other words, the Pharisees, the leadership, they were sort of, yeah, Jesus, they wanted to get rid of him, but they were not 100% serious yet. But because of Lazarus, now they were 100% serious. We need to get rid of this guy. That's that. So the chapter ended with Jesus leaving. Okay. And them thinking, okay, Passover is coming, will Jesus come down for Passover? So here it is now, the time for Passover. It was 6 days before Passover, and Jesus came to Bethany, and he came to visit Lazarus again. So after raising Lazarus from the dead, this is like his go-to place, where he's there in Bethany, where he will stay, where we'll do other kinds of things, eat, right? And actually, he was most likely not at the house of Lazarus at that stage, because from other Gospels, seemingly it was the house of Simeon. Okay, but that doesn't mean that Martha could not be serving in this other house as well. Mary came in, and she was the one then to anoint and wash his feet with her hair. Now, in the other Gospels, it seems as if she washed, she poured it out on his head, and here, like the feet, kind of washing the feet. But, oil starts on the head, and then it kind of drips down. That's kind of what oil does, and it ends up on the feet. So it's not a contradiction. This is the final stage of where the oil ended up. But what this did is it opened the whole. Okay, the leadership wants to get rid of him, as I mentioned a bit earlier. But how? So there's like this final cog still not there. That final piece of the puzzle of the how is still not there. And so Judas is going to provide that. But what would push Judas over the edge? And this anointment, because according to Judas, no, we could have sold this oil and made a lot of money out of it. 300 denarii. One guy working for a whole year basically just to make this kind of money. And ultimately, like it states here, the author, John it is, stating that Judas didn't care about Jesus or the poor. Actually, he cared about himself, because he carried the bag. Okay, and we're going to see a mention of that a bit later as well in the Gospel of John. Jesus' reaction to that was just, the poor, you'll always have the poor with you, but me, you won't always have me with you. So then lots of people came to Bethany to see Lazarus. Not just Jesus anymore raising Lazarus, but to see a guy that was dead. Now, if someone was dead for 4 days, I guess there will be a number of questions. What did you see in death, right? All those kinds of, I know it. People, somebody was like in a coma and then come back. People always ask these questions. People like write books about this kind of, so it makes sense that they went. And this then led again the religious, the priests in this case now to, well, we need to get rid of Lazarus as well. It's not good only getting rid of Jesus, but we need to kill Lazarus off as well, because so many Jews going there and now believing. Right after this, there was a triumphal entry. People came out of Jerusalem, but it was people, not the people, inhabitants of Jerusalem, right? It was people who came to the feast in Jerusalem. So they went out to meet Jesus, and they sang, Hosanna, blessed be the one who comes in the name of the Lord, even the King of Israel. And he came in a donkey. We know this triumphal entry. It's shown in other Gospels as well. And the reason as well why the crowd went out, as is stated in this chapter, is because they saw what Jesus did to Lazarus, raising him from the dead. And so again, the Pharisees was like, oh no, we're not gaining anything here. The whole world is following us, going after him. Right? No, sure, the whole world was not going after him, but because not everyone in the city went out to go and see Jesus. And I mean, the whole world wasn't in the city. Like there were no South Americans there, no Incas or people like that, no Zulus. Well, most likely didn't exist then yet. Anyhow.